Hi, I'm Akita, and today I'm going to go ahead and teach you how to make infographics or illustrated recipes or basically anything illustrated using Gemini and NotebookLM. Now, I was in a Facebook group. Let me just enlarge this so I can zoom in. I was in a Facebook group who was someone had posted that they were in a TikTok and someone was showing their recipe, and then someone in the comments of the TikTok had posted this particular image. And I don't know like who it's from or whatever the case may at. So someone was making some delicious creamy Italian sausage and tortellini soup, basically. And everyone's like, well, how'd you make it? How'd you make it? And she posted in the group, and I'm like, oh, bet I know how this was made. It was either made in Gemini, Google Gemini, using the Nano Banana AI image generator, or it was made in NotebookLM, either or. I could definitely tell because of the detail of the text and everything else. Now, I don't know this for sure that whoever posted this actually used those tools, but my gut tells me, just based off of how it looks, that yes, they did. And even if they didn't, I'm going to show you right now how you can go ahead and recreate it. Either in, I'm going to show you with an actual illustrated recipe card first, just to kind of recreate this. But you can really use these for a lot of different purposes. You're really only limited when it comes to AI by your imagination. That is it. So we're going to go ahead and start off with NotebookLM. And we're going to go from there, and then we're going to hop on over to Gemini. I'm going to show you the same technique, and then we're going to go ahead and finish this nice little journey with Artisley, because you can do something very similar with this with Artisley.ai as well. All right, so let's first grab a recipe out of ChatGPT. All right, so I'm here in ChatGPT, and please don't come at me. Like, if this is like a trash recipe, I will take your word for it. I mean, it is what it is. I just need a recipe that I can work with. Next, and if you have your own recipe, if you have heirloom recipes, something like that, use your heirloom recipes. If you're someone who wants to do a cookbook or whatever, and you want to go ahead and illustrate it like this, use the cookbook, do an ebook. There's lots and lots of ways you can go ahead and utilize this stuff to be able to make money, turn it into cash. Take everything that you generate, put it into Canva, do you. Just make it work. Make it into a digital product. Once again, do you. Make it work. So, going over here to NotebookLM. So I'm in notebooklm.google.com. Now you want to first go ahead and get this started. Like, I've already run this. So like, as you can see, I chose mastering chicken tortellini soup. And once again, the recipe might be trash. Once again, do not come for me. Like, it's just an example. So what you'll go ahead and do is click Create New. Okay, so I'm going to show you this portion. And when you're in NotebookLM, you have options for sources that you can go ahead and utilize. Now, I'm showing you the actual illustration way, like the infographics, that sort of thing that you can actually build in this. But NotebookLM has so many uses, business-wise, marketing-wise, building up your offers for different businesses, for courses, for digital products. Like, it's literally insane what you can do with this. I think it's one of the most underutilized tools, AI tools, that's actually free, that I've ever heard of, in all honesty. But anyway, I could probably talk all day about NotebookLM. But anywho, what you're going to do here is, like, you'll notice here you can put stuff from Google Drive. You can do a link for a website and put that in here as a source, or a YouTube video. And you can put up to 300 sources and then learn from the sources. But today, we're just going to go ahead and copy some text. So I'm going to click copy text, and I'm going to go back and grab the recipe from ChatGPT. I'm just going to grab this. And I think I also said, do you have anything else that you want to go ahead and add? So I'm just going to grab this stuff, like cream or no cream, season the layers, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so I'm going to grab all that. I'm going to copy it and then just dump it here into the pasting of the copy text. I'm going to insert, and then over here, let me move my ginormous head. It's going to go ahead and just kind of absorb the information, however Google has it being done. And then at this point, it kind of has a summary that's right here, and you can start typing and asking about the recipe and things of that nature, but we're not going to do that. What we're going to do over here is look to the right where it says studio, over here to the right, and we're going to click on infographics. Specifically, we're going to go ahead and click on the little pencil that's right here to the right. And then notice here how this box, it says customize infographic. Now, an infographic isn't always an infographic. An illustrated recipe card isn't always an illustrated recipe card. Like, you can do different things with the AI depending on what wording that you actually use and a little bit of imagination. Okay, so you can choose your own language that you want. different languages here. I'm going to stick with English. You can choose the orientation, landscape, portrait, square. You can do a more detailed infographic or illustrated, whatever. It could be more concise, more standard. It really just depends on like what your purpose is, what you're trying to do, what niche you're in, all that kind of good stuff. But then over here comes the magic, and I don't do a whole lot of whatever in here because I found that you really don't need to really have a very detailed prompt in for this to make it a good fine end product. You could just put something like use 5th grade friendly vocabulary, use bright colors, and use doodle art style. You know, I'm going to put and use chibi art style. Okay, my previous example when I was testing this, I used cartoon doodle art style. I'm going to show you what that looks like. And I'm going to also compare with what this is going to do for me right now. I think I have this, you know, do I want to do details? I'm going to do standard for this one because the other one that I'm going to show you, I did detailed with that. So then once you have that set, you can go ahead and click generate. And notice here how it's kind of working. It's doing like working its magic. It's generating the infographic. It's looking good. Basically what it's doing is it's taking like the main, we only have one source. It's right here. It's the recipe for the chicken tortellini. So when it does the actual infographic, it's going to be based off of the information that's here, which means it stands to reason. It's going to be some sort of a recipe. It's going to talk about the ingredients, that kind of stuff. But while that is cooking, let's go over here to this next tab where I've already generated some stuff to go ahead and show you in NotebookLM. So here is one right here. And this is the one that I did, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I chose the detailed version that I think is in beta. But look, we have, zoom in here. You know, actually scratch that. Let's zoom out. So the ultimate chicken tortellini soup, a step-by-step guide. I did not tell it to do that. I did not. It just kind of did it itself. I asked for cartoon doodle. I have like doodles out the wazoo. It has prepped out ingredients for me here. And of course, like anything with AI, my goodness, please, 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 please double check that what it generated actually makes sense for what you're doing. But like, look over here, prep your ingredients, core ingredients. We have like the chicken broth, finishing touches. There's some pro tips for what you can do to avoid mushy tortellini. And this is a callback to, hold up, where is it? Is this it? Right here. This is a callback to this right here. The tortellini timing. If you're not serving right away, cook the tortellini separately and add it to each bowl. This keeps it from getting mushy. This pops out or popped out right here with the pro tips to elevate your soup. So whatever you want to go ahead and add to the infographic, or in this particular case, you wanted to add to the illustrated recipe, you'd be good to go. And I found that with, at least with NotebookLM, it is uncannily accurate with the actual spelling. I tend to get more spelling errors if I try stuff like this in Gemini, but Gemini is no slouch either. I'm going to show you that in just a little bit. So that's one example there. And then there's another one that I did. What's this one? This one I asked for more of an adult type style, and I think it's actually with standard too, but we have time simmering, we have the different bowls, we have the tortellini being cooked, we have some pro tips. Once again, this is all a callback from the recipe, and everything in the actual infographic is a callback from the source that you put in it. I'm telling you, don't sleep on NotebookLM. Like, this is the business. It is awesome. All right, so let me go back to the one that I started off with you. The infographic should be done. So let's go ahead and see what I asked for chibi on this one, if you recall. This is the chibi version. And look, we have chibi. We have chibi, how to make awesome chicken tortellini soup. Now, folks, look at, like, take this into account. I did not ask it to do anything but make it chibi. But it's up here making it seriously chibi here. Like, I think it's missing like a number 2 in the step. It's definitely missing a number 2, but you can go ahead and edit that out in Canva and still be rocking and rolling with what you need to go ahead and do. Like cook the veggies, heat oil, cook onion, carrots, and celery until soft. All of this is all throwbacks from the original source. He looks cute as a button. Creamy, that's super cute. I mean, make a little, a cookbook for kids. use your own recipes, because I really don't know about AI recipes and how accurate they are. That's not really my niche. But use your own recipes. Put stuff like this. Have do a little kids cookbook, something like that. Mommy and me cookbook. Grandparents come back and do, I don't know, like heartwarming stuff with the grandkids cookbook. I don't know. There's lots of different things you can do with this particular set of, infographics and illustrated recipes. So pause on that. Now that's NotebookLM, and trust me, I could talk all day about NotebookLM with all the stuff you can really truly do with it. That's just scratching the surface. Like, we haven't even gone deep in this. This is not the deep dive. But let's move on to Google Gemini. So what I did for Google Gemini was, and I'm just going to, let me do a fresh one, and then I'll show you the ones that I already ran. So what I did was I took the actual, where is it? Here we go. All right, so I took the actual, that's a different one. Hold on. Where is it? Or art thou? Hold on. Okay, here it is. So I took the recipe, I just copied it. This is for Gemini right here, okay? This is Gemini. And copy the recipe. Go to Gemini. So I'm just going to hit enter a couple of times, because here at the top, I'm going to give it some basic instructions. I'm going to say, make the recipe below into an illustrated recipe card. Now, for Gemini, you do have to go ahead and put what aspect ratio you want to have it in. So I'm going to say in 2:3 aspect ratio. Make this recipe below into an illustrated recipe card. Use, we'll say 5th grade friendly vocabulary. And I'll say what art style. Let's do something out the box. I'm going to say Minecraft. And Minecraft art style. By the way, like, don't do trademark infringement. I'm just showing you guys this for demonstration purposes. And plus, I'm curious to see what it's going to do. Okay, so I'm also going to include the ingredients for the recipe. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and click Create Image to kind of lock in the Nano Banana, which is like one of the hottest AI art image generators that is out right now. I mean, who's to say for next week, because AI technology moves so quickly, but I'm digging Nano Banana right now. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and hit submit. That's going to work its magic, but while it's doing that, I'm just going to show you the same exact process, but in a different way, okay? So over here, I did the exact same thing, but I used bright colors and cartoon doodle art style, okay? Step-by-step illustrated recipe card. Click on this. Look, it turned out beautiful. We have step 1. We have minutes here. Once again, double check everything for AI. Don't get caught up in that stuff, please. Step 2, simmer and add chicken. Simmer and add chicken. Pour in the broth. Simmer. There's like a lot of simmering going on here. Once again, any kind of little tiny like edits you can make in Canva and be good to go. But this is beautiful. This is beautiful. You can do whatever you wanted with this. And digital products, make some extra cash. You can download it. Do whatever you're going to do with it. All good. Now, if I'm not mistaken, in this tab, oh, yeah, see, I see what I did. So over here, I did a 2:3 aspect ratio, because if you don't say 2:3, typically it gives it to you in a 1:1, like a square aspect ratio. But I'm like, okay, give me a 2:3, almost like a Pinterest pen. And then if I click over here, like, look at this. Saute aromatics, simmer the base, cook the tortellini, like pour in the chicken broth, add the shredded chicken. All of this stuff is in there. This is super cute. And then here at the bottom are some smart tips that came from the pro tips. That was right here in this section right here. I think for this tab right in this particular case, I grabbed the entire thing, and the entire thing I copied and pasted. So this is pretty cute. I'm loving it. And then I said, you know what? Can you recreate this in a 3:2 aspect ratio, include the ingredients list and cooking instructions? And then boom, look what it did. Ingredients, double check. What? Ingredients? Yes. Cooking instructions? Also yes. And the illustrated instructions are in there as well too. And then of course, you have at the very bottom, well, use rotisserie jelly. Oh, yeah, no, I think that's actually a thing. I think that is a thing. I think. But it's here at the bottom still. How cute is that? Let's go back to the one that I first showed you. The Minecraft one. Shut your face. Okay. That is just so cool. Oh my gosh, that is just, let's take a moment to accept and appreciate the awesomeness that is right there. Let's just take a moment. All right, so that is that. That's NotebookLM, my BFF. Gemini, how you do the exact same thing in Gemini. Let me show you one more platform, Artisley. I'm coming up at 20 minutes, which is a bit longer than what I like to do, but I just want to show those of you who are like the Artisley fans how you can rock out with this with Artisley. So let me show you once I move ahead, the end result. Okay, so here's one that I did for end result. All right, it's not nearly as detailed, although there's some things you can do to tweak and adjust to make it more of a landscape. But let me show you where I actually pulled this and how I rock this out. So here's a prompt. I'm going to just copy this right here. Illustrated recipe card with large clear text about how to make chicken tortellini soup. Use cartoon doodle style and bright colors. Okay, so to get there, once you're in Artisley, let me go back just so I don't get you confused. So you always pop up in the dashboard when you go to Artisley. You want to go to Create Design and then Fast AI Image Designer, and then go into Seamless Patterns version 2. Delete Seamless Pattern of, and then paste in something like this. Create a detailed illustrated recipe card with large clear text about how to make chicken tortellini soup. Use cartoon doodle style and bright colors. Now, within Artisley, it does not understand the ingredients and things of that nature quite as easily. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and make how to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Let's switch that up. And then cartoon doodle style, let's say chibi style. I'm just curious because sometimes it gets chibi and cartoon doodle style mixed up. Use chibi style and bright colors. Let's generate the image. That's gonna do its thing and hopefully it won't take forever. Let's just see what it's going to do. Ah, here we go, that was pretty quick. All right. So of course it actually names it chibi PB&J sandwich. Get 2 slices of bread, spread the peanut butter. This is so cute. Spread jelly, put together, eat and eat. Yum. So this is super, super cute, super cool. I could see folks using this in different ways too. It's like really a matter of looking at different tools and what they can do and being willing to learn new things and think about different applications, different variations. How could I use it in a different sort of way that's going to be most important or most profound and most, I guess, most effective for my business? And how can I grow and streamline and still be able to make a good income? So that's super cute. Here's the one again for the chicken tortellini soup. So breaking it down, what have we done? We have been all up in NotebookLM, looking to see what we could do there. We have been all up, playing around with, tweaking inside of Gemini, and I've also showed you a little something up over here in Artisley too. And you know, it's fun. I love learning, I love teaching, I love it all. I love it all. So if you are picking up what I am throwing down, if you're enjoying the learning, what you learn, you want a little bit more, please consider liking, subscribing, all that kind of good stuff. Hit the notification bell, whatever else I should be saying. I really don't know. I'm just flowing with it. And you will find some luscious little freebies down below. And if you want to go ahead and give Artisley a shot, because I kid you not, there's lots more under the hood with Artisley, go ahead and use my affiliate link below too. That's about it for me. Got to get to my daughter. I think I promised her that we were going to watch some dog videos on Instagram because she's into that now. All right, that is it for me. I'm Akita. Thank you so much, and you take care. Enjoy your day, night, afternoon, wherever you happen to be, and make something epic.